NBC27 Digital Now Center. This is Beyond the Forecast with your most accurate local meteorologists.
Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Dan Tomaso joining you for Beyond the Forecast, talking about this wet weather that's moved into the mid-state. Obviously, we've spoke at length about this on the air, also online, about how we've needed a day like this. We've needed more consistent rain, and today is providing just that. And the question that I think the National Weather Service was posting is how much is too much. Fortunately, throughout the course of the entire morning into the first half of the afternoon, rainfall rates have been at a very stable level, meaning that as the rain is coming down, it's not coming down too hard, too fast for most locations. Now, that may begin to change for some isolated spots heading into the evening hours and overnight. I'm going to do my best to try to highlight that and what's coming our way. But here's a look at radar right now. We see the area of rain pretty much not budging over the last 6, 8, even 10 to 12 hours. I mean, it's been pretty consistent for all counties here across the mid-state. Now, most areas have picked up at least a half inch of rain, perhaps a little bit more. But looking off to the west of Fulton County, we have been seeing some heavier rain for areas like Somerset County, also western Maryland, eastern parts of West Virginia. That's where it seems like upslope is happening. So when I say upslope, there's actually more of a lift coming in from southeast to northwest. So again, it's hard to visualize by just watching radar, but as we get this easterly fetch of moisture coming in, it basically goes uphill the farther west it goes, and sometimes that can really enhance the rainfall, adding a little bit more lift and punch to those areas of rain. Now, again, radar showing at this hour relatively steady, meaningful rainfall at this point, nothing to be concerned about in terms of flooding locally, but as we continue to follow things later into the afternoon and evening, we will be monitoring areas near Washington, D.C., the Chesapeake Bay for heavier rain. Also notice where there's been some sunshine and some instability, a lot of thunderstorms kind of wrapping themselves around the center of low pressure right in that circle. So there's some energy with this system, but we're on the cooler side of it, the more stable side of it. And again, our biggest threat will be some pockets of heavier rain through tonight. Where has it rained the heaviest so far? Over parts of southern Fulton County, southwestern Franklin County, also southern Adams County. That's where likely over an inch of rain has fallen. Keep in mind, even heavier rain to the west of that, down Route 30, down the Turnpike. We're seeing rainfall totals there easily over 2 inches, possibly approaching 3 inches of rain. And that's why the National Weather Service has elevated the risk in those areas to be a flood warning. So again, this is not in the viewing area, but includes Somerset County, a flood warning until 4:30 this afternoon. Rain has let up a little bit there. Also, flash flood warnings farther to the southwest. This until 6:45 for western Maryland. So that's kind of the current picture of things in terms of alerts and warnings locally. The heaviest rain total we have makes sense based on that map is 1 inch totals over western Franklin County, including Mercersburg at almost an inch and a half, Chambersburg at close to an inch, Wormleysburg and New Oxford over 0.6 of an inch of rain. So it's really varied the farther east you go as the rain has let up rate-wise farther to the east. 67 in Harrisburg right now, 67 in Lancaster underneath this veil of clouds and shower activity. Really, we're not going to see an end to that. Through the evening commute, we'll see some pockets of heavier rain, more development through tonight. Now notice York and Lancaster counties never really seem to get into the heaviest rain. It's mostly west of the river, parts of Dauphin County, York County also seeing it too, but it really does want to focus west of the river for the heaviest rain until we get to early tomorrow morning. That's when we have the potential of seeing some heavy rain out toward Allentown, Philadelphia. That's when the area of low pressure passes to our east, that's along the coast, and then we see some drier weather heading into tomorrow. Now, drier is all relative. It's still going to be damp during the day tomorrow, but it's not going to be consistently raining. Now, through the day Wednesday, it's cloudy, it's overcast. Heading into Thursday, I think we have the potential of seeing some sun. That could help some late-day showers and storms to develop, and the same thing goes for Friday. So in terms of additional rain, where do we go from here? At least an inch for most areas could still happen through tonight. Now, notice where the lightest totals remain. It is over parts of York and Lancaster counties, as I mentioned. So this quarter right here, the eastern part of Route 30 versus the western part of Route 30 is a big difference. So up to an inch on the western side, only up to, I'd say, a half inch or less the farther east you go. And that's been pretty consistent in a lot of the guidance. I just want to quickly mention in the extended forecast that we do have another time period to watch, and that's Friday and Saturday. We see more humidity, temperatures near the low 80s for Friday and Saturday. It's going to feel like summer, but that brings the addition of afternoon storms into the forecast, whether it's Friday or Saturday. Some of those could be strong. We will wait and see. That's something we really can't diagnose this far out. There are some signs that there could be some stronger winds within these storms, but again, that's something I don't really want to speak too much about until we get closer, just based on the details. So, in the meantime, temperatures at least in the upper 60s through today. Tomorrow, a touch warmer as the showers begin to relax and taper off. Heading into Thursday, we're mainly drier than that pop-up shower or storm threat during the afternoon. Friday and Saturday, very similar forecasts. It says scattered showers and storms, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a washout either day. It just means as we see the heating of the day develop, there will be showers and storms developing the further you go into the day, passing likely west to east. So this is more of a summertime forecast by Friday and Saturday. Today, definitely not feeling like summer. So again, the only areas that have flood warnings are outside the midstate right now. A flood watch is in effect for Fulton, Franklin, and Adams County through this evening. But if we see any types of other watches and warnings being posted, we'll be sure to share that with you both on the air and online. But for now, this has been Beyond the Forecast. Thanks so much for watching.